Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In these last 8 rakat, we finished reciting Surah Fussilat. I want to ask a quick question. Does anyone know the translation of Fussilat? Or what does Fussilat mean? The translation of Fussilat in English means distinctly explained or explained in great detail. This is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a moment in the Quran to explain in great detail of a few ayat I want us to focus on today. In these ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if they turn away, then say, O Prophet, I warn you of a mighty blast like the one that befell Ad and Thamud. The messengers had come to them from all angles, proclaiming worship none but Allah. They responded, had our Lord willed, He could have easily sent down angels instead. So we totally reject what you've been sent with. As for Ad, they acted arrogantly throughout the land with no right, boasting, who is superior to us in might? Did they not see that Allah Himself, who created them, was far superior to them in might? Still, they persisted in denying our signs. So we sent against them a furious wind for several miserable days to make them taste of humiliating punishment in this worldly life. But far more humiliating will be the punishment of the hereafter. They will not be helped. As for Thamud, we showed them guidance, but they preferred blindness over guidance. So the blast of a disgraceful punishment overtook them for what they used to commit. And we delivered those who were faithful and were mindful of Allah. The people of Ad, who are the people of Ad? The people of Ad were a mighty nation before us. They're massive in size, blessed with great strength. Allah sent messengers who commanded the people to worship, to tell them to worship Allah and Allah alone, not to associate anyone with Allah. These messengers even brought good news to the people of Ad, as well as warnings. These people saw the punishment of Allah sent down upon the enemies and the blessings which He bestowed upon His friends. Yet, despite all of this, despite seeing the blessings, the warnings, and the punishment of Allah, the people of Ad denied and they rejected them. How arrogant were they when they refused to submit, claiming to the Prophet, you are just a man like us. Claiming that if our Creator willed, He would have sent angels to guide us. They boasted their physical strength and power. They thought that this would protect them from the punishment of Allah. But did they not realize that it was from Allah? From Allah did they receive this blessing, this power, this might, and whatever strength that they had. So they were a nation destroyed by the wind, an apt punishment for those who think they're great in size, mighty and powerful, by a simple wind who overtook them and reduced them. Every last one of them were destroyed. And their humiliation in this world was joined to their punishment in the hereafter. As for the people of Thamud, the truth was made clear to them through the words of Prophet Salih alayhi salam. But they opposed and rejected him. And they slaughtered the she-camel of Allah, which He made a sign for them as truth for their Prophet. But remember, the people of Thamud were people who preferred blindness to guidance. So they were a nation destroyed by a disgraceful blast, an earthquake, for their rejection of disbelief. And finally, no harm came to those who believed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved them along with His Prophet Salih because of their fear of Allah. In this surah, in Surah Fussilat, Allah explains in great detail of the nations, of the people that came before us, great in power, great in size. But He retells these stories as a lesson for us to learn. What happens to those who reject the guidance of their prophets, of their messengers, and of their Creator? Among them were great nations. They're technologically advanced. We know the people of Ad were blessed. They carved buildings and houses in the mountains. But where are they today? Even with all these blessings, with this might, they're nowhere to be seen today. Do the advancements of this life, no matter whatever it may be, the blessings that we have, when it comes, do the advancements of this life matter when it comes to the cost of displeasing Allah? Those who reject the guidance of Allah in this life will be made to carry an immense load on Yawm al-Qiyamah. And when the trumpet is blown and we're gathered, all of us and the nations before us, we're gathered together, the sinful people will look out of fear and desperation, and they will say, what could be so important? And then they try to remember how long they were in this dunya. Some will say we were here for 10 days. Some will say we were here for 1 day. Imagine these people, great in number, great in size, ruled over many years. A fear will come to them on Yawm al-Qiyamah, and they will say they were only here for 1 day. This is because no matter how long you live in this dunya, no matter what pleasure, what blessing, what comfort, or the strength that you have, or the wealth that you possess, or the grief or the worries that you carry, everything on that day is insignificant. But those who have done righteous deeds and believed need to have no fear on the final day. Let us be amongst those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who firmly believe and who are successful in this dunya and the akhirah. Ameen. Jazakallah khair.